Today, I thought that we would take a little tour of some homes here in Lafayette, as we do occasionally. And this week, we're going to look at, how did I call this? The three most expensive homes we haven't talked about. Talked about here on the live stream, that is. I may have talked to some of you individually about them, maybe. But what I was saying about interest rates is when you're pulling in fun houses to look at, whether they're large or expensive, have pools, have home gyms, whatever feature it is that makes them, a unique and sometimes premium home, both perhaps on features, quality, or price, they're sitting on the market a little longer and longer and longer. So normally if I just go in and do a search and search by price, now I have to filter out a little bit. Go, oh, yep, we've talked about that one. We've talked about that one, because some of them are sitting on the market for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, that sort of thing. It's definitely the top end of the market is feeling the pressure. And as a matter of fact, the three that we're going to look at today is really kind of great illustration of two ends of the market. So the first one that we're going to look at is a $1.3 million home. It's been on the market for 34 days, almost 5 weeks. I got to tell you, in Tippecanoe County, that is an eternity, where the median days on market is about 4 days, not weeks, 4 days. 34 days is an absolute eternity, but this $1,300,000, this is a pretty fantastic home. It is at 7201 Indian Mound Trail in Battleground. And let's just check out the map here so you can kind of see where it's at. Let me get my screen moved around. Here we go. So here it is right here, and we'll zoom out just a little bit. The number 1 right here is where the house is, so you can see it's at the confluence of the Tippy and the Wabash, which is otherwise known as Prophetstown State Park, right here. So, it is basically at Prophetstown State Park. As a matter of fact, let's pop into the satellite view, and you can even see the campground. Sorry, that's not the campground loop. The campground loop is further down this way. There's the campground loop. And here's the home. You can head out your back door and head down the hill to Prophetstown State Park. And if we zoom out just a little bit more, we'll put it in perspective. There's West Lafayette and Lafayette. That's actually only a 15-minute drive. It's really not that far away at all. So it is... Sit down for this. 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, all on 1 story. Total finished square feet, almost 6,800 square feet. But what's really fascinating about this, so many of these giant homes that we normally look at are brand new. This one was built in 1942. So it is 82 years old, so not brand new. Let's check in. It's just past the Battleground Golf Club. It's got a formal living and dining room, a nice office, fireplace. It's got a walkout with another fireplace. It's got nanny quarters and butler's quarters. We'll look at that. It's a really cool house. So let's check this out. Here we go. So there's the aerial view, and you can see the U-shaped drive, and over here is the side-loading garage. That's one of my big beefs about many modern homes, is like front-loading garages and the way they just dominate the architecture of a home. This one, a little spread out, rambling, you could almost call it. But take note, the garage is right here. We'll come back to that. Front porch with the walk-up. There is the marble-lined fireplace. the formal living room with the windows that look out onto the sunroom. The eat-in kitchen with the bay windows. You can see the kitchen's been modernized, had some work done. Look at that stove. What do you think of that? That is so cool with the red enamel work on it. The laundry room, plenty of counter space to work in there. Looks like it's also set up as a mud room. There is the office. Now, if you've got a lawyer in the family, I mean, doesn't that just scream lawyer's office? I mean, it does to me. All that wood paneling. I would hate to keep that polished and oiled personally, but, you know, with that many square feet in a butler's quarters, you can have your butler do it, right? Right, sure. Fireplace in the office looks out on the pool. Yes, I said pool. The built-ins. Fantastic bay window reading nook there. In the bedroom, I believe this is the primary, that has a fireplace. Over here on the left-hand side, we can see the fireplace and the fire extinguisher. What do you guys think of that? Fireplace in the bedroom with a chandelier. You like that? The tub with the shower. I have not seen this too often. The shower doesn't even have the glass surround on it. I think it works, though. Spacious, has these split double sinks. One of the secondary bedrooms with corner windows. Zooming through, here's the sunroom with all the sliding doors. I'd probably call that a 3-season room. And then check out this family room. It's got the fireplace in it. You could make it a game room. You could subdivide it into an office and a toy area or whatever your family might need. You've got the bar there in the corner. This is just a really, really cool house. Lots of square feet. You got the walkout from there, from the second story. So this room up here is the butler's quarters. So if you want to pay for a butler, he can have his own private space up there. Yep. In-ground pool. We're wrapping up the season for that, so if you want to get in that pool now, you better get in. Let's go buy it. Anybody dying for this? Let me know. We'll go see it. Got to be pre-approved on this one. So I thought that this was an interesting one because it's 1.3 million and you get lots of space for it, of course, but it doesn't feel out of scale. It doesn't feel, ostentatious or anything like that. It just feels like a big home. So that's the most expensive home for sale in all of Tippecanoe County right here in the middle of August. But number 2 is really a great illustration of the market and what we've been saying. It is in West Lafayette on 1220 Fawn Ridge Drive. So let's look at the map of where that's at. So that's just a little west of campus. I had the map and it disappeared on me. Mr. Map, come back. There we are. Let's check that out. So you can see right here, just a little south of 26. Here's 26 cutting through diagonally. There's Klondike Road. I mean, that's just how close you are to West Lafayette and campus. There's the new 231, the 52 bypass. So, I mean, you are right. Straight shot into campus. I mean, that's a 2-minute drive into campus. You cannot get closer to campus unless you were in New Chauncey and you were walking. It's that close. But it is 4,132 finished square feet. It has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Any guesses for the price? Remember, we're looking at the most expensive homes in Tippecanoe County in the middle of August that we have not looked at yet. So I know that we've looked at some doozies in the past. Any guesses? I see somebody saying $1 million. Nope. 1.11. No, that's awfully specific. No, lower. We've looked at all the high-priced ones. They're still on the market. We looked at them like 6 weeks ago, and they're still on the market. This one, $739,000. I'm not saying that's cheap, but it's not $1 million. It is what is really a regular priced house for this area of Tippecanoe County. It's just a mainline home. It's not $1 million, $1.2 million, $739,000. And yes, that is a lot of money as in compared to, $150,000, $200,000 starter home these days. But it is a solid price, a solid value for the price. All those higher end homes, I'd love to show you another $1 million home just because they're fun to look at. They're entertaining. That's why we do this. But there aren't any because the ones that are on the market haven't sold. So nobody else is coming to market. I mean, it's a limited market anyway, but we at least usually see 1 or 2 trickling in here and there, but not right now. So let's take a look at this one. Let me get the screen arranged here. So I rather like the outside architecture of this one. Here we go. Fawn Drive. This one's definitely a little more modern than the one in Battleground. I love the big soaring ceilings. It makes for a great formal living room. It doesn't make for quite a great family room, den, that sort of thing, because, if you're like me and like to listen to your movies loud, then everybody can hear them. But I tell you what, for a gathering space, it's fantastic. And architecturally, that looks really sharp. I love it. They even have a piano up here up on the landing. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's pretty amazing. I bet they might even sell you the piano with the house. I'll read the disclosures when we're finished here, and I'll let you know what it says. Kitchen's a little dated. Certainly usable. Right up the line with the sort of thing that we see in this style and age of house. Nothing out of the ordinary here. I mean, basic oak cabinets, tile floors. They have updated the appliances. I love the windows in the breakfast nook. Lots of carpet in this one. You'll see that a lot in houses that are updated. Is all the carpet's been yanked out and LVP has been put down. So some people really love carpet. Some people really hate it. And there's no point in trying to convince somebody of your views. You just take what you love. So if you love carpet, buy this house. If you hate carpet, buy this house and rip out the carpet and put something else in. Again, a little bit of a dated bathroom. It's got the beginnings of the concept of the garden tub there. But look at the herringbone pattern wood there. That's a little out of pattern with the rest. It does have the glass enclosure shower, so some work's been done there. And oh yeah, we can see the LVP plank flooring there in the bathroom. So they've done a little bit of updates there. So some of that might be style choice. They might have loved the oak look. Not a lot of people do these days, but if it works for you, great. I think that's the double-sided fireplace there. I love that. I'm a big fan of double-sided fireplaces. Yep, indeed. Grand piano on the stairs. Can't quite tell what brand it is. Guarantee you almost 100% it's not a Steinway. Looking down on the great room from up above. Scroll through. Yeah, we can see here this bedroom is right above the living room. There's the brick wall of the chimney as it passes through. An interesting architectural detail, perhaps, makes the wall a little less useful. Skylight in the bedroom. Oh, now we're down to the basement. There's a great wood-burning stove, and I'm guessing this is the style that has the combustor on top that helps reburn a lot of the soot and ash and smoke that come out of the exhaust of these stoves. This is great. If you come down here in the winter and turn this into a game room, you would absolutely love this. Fire that thing up. It will keep the place warm. Yeah, I believe that does have the combustor on top. I have a very similar looking one. That's how I know this. The deck out back. Lots of space for outdoors. There's a there's a porch. I bet that's outside of the primary, so the primary's probably has got its own private deck there. That's pretty cool. Looks like it's got a backup generator, if that's important to you. Separate garage. And some prairie grasslands. I rather like this. Again, $739, I believe. Not super expensive, not millions of dollars. It's a testament to the tale of two markets. This is the upper end of the market for all intents and purposes right now. Yes, there are houses that are more expensive, but this is the upper end of the active market, of the things that are turning and burning. This home's been on the market for 14 days, 2 weeks. So a little long for the area, but not super crazy yet. And keep in mind, these are the 3 weeks that school goes back. 2 of the corporations went back last week. 1 goes back. 2 of them go back this week, and Purdue goes back next week. So there's really 3 weeks of school going back, and there's always a little bit of a lull in the market as school goes back, as people turn their attention to getting their kids back into school and getting back to work and all of those sorts of things as the summer comes to an end. So before we head off to look at the third house, do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. Go enjoy the hundreds of videos that we have available about all things Lafayette, West Lafayette, and Tippecanoe County real estate, interesting homes, fun things to do. All right. For our last home that we're going to look at this evening, and while we go to look at the last home, who likes number 1 the best? Who likes the Battleground Mansion best? And then who likes the West Lafayette home? I mean, that's really kind of the best word for it. It's nothing crazy. It's just a regular mainline home. All right, well, we're going to look at the third one next, and this is more commentary on the market. This one is listed at $724,900. It has 4,285 finished square feet. It is basically brand new. It was built in 2020. It is only 4 years old. And I see this quite a lot. It's located on 5461 Bullock Court in West Lafayette. Let's glance at the map for where that is. So it's just a little north of town. So let's get all this out of the way. Here we are, looking right here. I'm just going to zoom out to give you a little perspective on where we're at. There's Burnett Creek. So Harrison High School is right over here. So all these neighborhoods have popped up around Battleground Middle School and Harrison High School and Burnett Creek Elementary School. Here's West Lafayette and Lafayette for perspective. Just 5-minute drive into West Lafayette, just a few minutes over to Battleground and I-65. Really central location. This is basically a brand new neighborhood that's not even complete yet. I don't know how many lots they still have actively selling, but I guarantee you there are at least a few available. And what happens here, I see it time and again, is people come in and build homes, and then they get relocated with their company. And so then they're stuck having to sell what is essentially a brand new home, but it's been lived in, so it's used, while there are brand new homes still being built around them. So when somebody comes into this neighborhood, it's a tough needle to thread because you can get that brand new home. So you want to get your value for your home, but you are competing with new builds. Now, I like to say, it's been lived in. You've had somebody had the opportunity to work out the bugs, to go back to the builder and say, hey, this was broken, this doesn't quite right, get it fixed sort of thing. So you get the best of both worlds, but you got to price it just right to pull that off. And in testament to that, this one's been on the market for 38 days, 5 weeks and 3 days. It has been on the market. And it's a lovely home. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just the situation where they're a used home in a new home. They're just a used home in a new home neighborhood. But let's check it out. So it's a gas log fireplace on this one. Let's see. Anything else interesting? There's a game room and a large family room. They have a wet bar with a wine chiller and a beer froster. I feel like I've been in this one before. I haven't been, but they sometimes start to sound a little bit similar. So here we go. Let's check it out. So here's the front elevation. I think that's been photoshopped just a wee bit. Look at the sky. But that's okay. We're selling homes. Probably a slightly more realistic daytime shot there. You can actually see the reflections in the window. That's one of the tells. Check out the windows in this one, how they glow, and there's no reflection, and it's beautiful. And then we go to this shot, and you can see some reflection of the homes. So that's a clue. This is pretty typical, the three-season sunroom on the back on this style of home. Truly three-season. It's got, I believe this one has screens and not windows. We'll see a little closer when we go inside. Got a backyard. The hot tub, I believe, is not staying. I like that it has the exit out of the garage. That can be super helpful. I love the wood trim, the wood beams in the dining room in the ceiling here, and that the dining room is not closed off. This is a pretty common layout in this size, style, and age of home, where the dining room is over here to one side of the main door, of the front door, and it doesn't have a wall separating it, so it makes it feel open and airy, and also can be multi-purpose. That way it doesn't have to just be a dining room. So I love the details in this one. Just another look at the dining room. And then again, this is a pretty popular setup in these layouts with the great room, the eat-in, kitchen, living room, dining room, den, all in one sort of thing. So if you love being together, if you love cooking while your family is enjoying time together and you're not shut out from them, then this is a great arrangement. If you like a little bit of privacy or a little bit of quiet, maybe not so much, but, make the best of it. Hang on, one little thing here. Let me pop out of this. Okay. Go back in. Gas log fireplace there. The kitchen with the eat-in. And you can see they've kind of turned over here, this area over by the window, into a little bit of a sitting area, den sort of thing. And they've got the light that's tight to the ceiling there. A lot of times I see this set up as a breakfast nook. And you could easily do that. Just drop that light, put a table there, put a little bistro table or something. Yep. And I do like this. It's gray with a touch of blue. Sometimes the gray upon gray upon gray with the stainless steel can be a little oppressive. So a little touch of color with the blue is nice there. I believe this is the sitting. They've got it set up as a sitting room. You could call this an office or den. Looking back from the kitchen into the living room, and we can see the sliding door out to the porch there. And here we are. Yeah, I'd call this a three-season room. It looks like they've got screens and not windows, and even if they have windows, it looks more like covered porch than... And I have seen some of these that are enclosed and brought into the house space, but when it's attached to the main living room like that, you have to ask yourself if it's really worth, because you're not getting another space. You're getting more space, yes, but it's not another space because it is so attached to the living room. So that's quite often. See the tray ceiling in the primary suite here. The master with the modern round windows, and it's got the makeup table built in. The fancy shower. Amazon rainforest shower. Not really. It doesn't have the water from above. I mean, it does, but not quite like spa style. The mudroom, laundry room coming in from the garage with all your cubbies. Everybody loves that feature. The secondary bathroom, very, very modern. If you like modern, this one is for you. Give me a call. Go to the LafayetteReal.com/YouTube and drop me a message. Or drop in the comments if you're watching this. If you're not watching this live, if you're watching this back later, drop in the comments what you think about these houses, and especially this one. You can see the tray lighting in the secondary bathroom, and the secondary bedroom. And the secondary bedroom is even set up with a wet bar. I would need to see the floor plan to see what's going on here. There is a window in this room. Look at the light coming in from over here. So this isn't a basement room. Putting a wet bar in a bedroom, that's the secondary, is an interesting choice. I can't say that I remember seeing that anywhere else, but okay, go with it. I think we've moved down into the basement, and here we go. Here's the family room, the den, the informal living room, the TV room. So this is your second space, as it were. And downstairs, there's a whole second kitchen. I think that's right. Trying to get my orientation here. I see this duct covering here. Trying to get an orientation for where we are. This must be one half of the basement. And this must be the other half, maybe. But I mean, that's beyond wet bar. I mean, wine chiller, cabinets, full fridge, TV. I mean, that's... wow. Okay, yeah, there's that game table that we were looking at. So we were looking down this way. If you like to entertain, this one's for you. Wow. Somebody likes their bourbon. And the least modern bedroom or bathroom of the entire house. So there you go. 3 houses here in Tippecanoe County. The 3 most expensive houses in Tippecanoe County in the middle of August that we have not looked at yet. Number 3 at $724,900. Number 2 was at $739,000. And the most expensive was at $1,300,000. So let me know in the comments below in the chat what your favorite was and why. But isn't it interesting that the most expensive homes that we haven't looked at are all well under $1 million? They're in that $700,000 price, which is a lot of money, yes, but that's solidly the price of a mainline home of that style in Tippecanoe County. It's not a crazy amount of money. We transact that business day in and day out. Of the number of sales every week that take place in Tippecanoe County, I'd have to do some numbers. Next week I'm going to come back with some numbers with what the percentages look like for the breakdown of sales at each price point across the market. I don't know what it is. I don't even want to speculate because I'm going to be wrong. You know, if I say it's 10% or 50%, it's either of those is going to be wrong, but it is not zero. So I think it's just like an interesting testament to the market right now that, you know, $700,000 houses are now the top of the market of homes that we haven't looked at. But we haven't looked at tons and tons. You know, we're looking at them at 3 and 4 and 5 at a time, and we're doing it, you know, a month, 6 weeks apart from each other. So if you're interested in something that's $700,000 plus with this rate move that's forecast to be coming in the middle of September, we should probably get on it. So drop me a message. All of my contact information is right here. You can call or text me at that phone number. Drop me an email. Check out the LafayetteReal.com. It is the home for all things Lafayette, all things fun, all things real estate, go check it out. And then if you want to load my contact information digitally, just scan that QR code there right now.